Oh yeah, your boy got a card reveal. What's happening, YouTube? It's showing me as Dot of Death TF coming back to you with another video. And today's video is going to be a very special one because today is all about a Wave 5 reveal that I was blessed to have from the homies at WOTC. Shout out and salute to WOTC for allowing me to do this reveal for them. Very excited to show you guys this card. They knew what they were doing when they gave me this card because, man, this card just fits my play style and, the things I want to do. And I got a lot of ideas already. And I'm curious to see what you guys think once I show you guys this card. But, without further ado, we're going to talk about a female bot, Night Racer. Night Racer is the very last, apparently. My video is actually supposed to go out yesterday, but I just wasn't able to. But Night Racer is going to end up being the last SRT revealed, and she is the second Decepticon of the 6 coming to you out of Wave 5 Titan Masters Attack. She is very unique and she is very cool. To talk about her lore a little bit, I'm actually just going to read it verbatim straight off of my phone. Female Decepticons were thought to become extinct sometime during Cybertron's long history of war, among them the original Night Racer. Her skill with a gun and especially as a sniper became legendary, and as the war grew and bled into history and myth. However, Hiatus, I don't know how to say that, Hiatus has remembered the myth of Night Racer and chose to clone her and recreate one of Cybertron's deadliest warriors. In particular, he chose to include her arsenic personality to see how his other clones, his second generation of Cybertronians, would react in order to overcome arising divisions. Pretty interesting stuff there. I like the lore of that. I'm not too familiar with her. Again, she's from G2, I want to say. Yeah, she's from G2. And, I started with Beast Wars, so I'm not too familiar with that. But still very cool lore, being that she was one of, apparently, Cybertron's deadliest warriors. And, of course, she immediately reminds me of Flame War, who's also one of the Cybertron's, most deadliest warriors. And just in general, translating to the card game, as we talk about her effects, we'll actually get into that right now. She's a car, and she's range. You guys know I love the range tag. And she has 3 attack, 11 health, and 2 defense in her alt mode. And she's also 5 stars, by the way, which is really good. And we're going to talk more about that here in a second. You're gonna probably already tell where I'm going with this. But while you have a face up or a face down secret action, she has all of your characters have tough 1. And then in her alt mode, she's also still ranged and she gains an attack, so she's at 4 attack, of course still 11 health, and she loses 1 defense, so +1 attack, -1 defense, and has the 1 defense. And while you have a face down or face up secret action, each of your characters have bold 1. So reminiscent to Flame War, automatically I don't want to say wrote Flame War off as soon as I read this card, but she definitely easily just pairs with Flame War because the immediate first thing that came to my mind was replacing Dead End in my Galaxy Prime deck with Night Racer. And that just seems very good. She has 11 health, so she actually beats Flame War in terms of health. I think this is the 5-star with the most health in the game now. She actually beats out Flame War. Flame War, I think, held that spot with 5 stars for the longest time. Kickback had 9 health, so he was just on the cusp of that. But yeah, so Night Racer definitely, increases that, little power creep. But yeah, flipping Flame War and attacking with Night Racer on your very first turn seems very good. And then every time you have a secret action set, spreading tough 1. Tough 1, obviously Flame War is already very good for her ability to be able to spread tough to the rest of the characters, including herself. Night Racer being able to do the same is very good as well. So again, that's one of my immediate first thoughts. Of course, she's also very reminiscent if you look at that first effect, while you have and of course I'm talking about the alt mode. We'll talk about the bot mode here in a second. But yeah, so the alt mode being able to, while you have a secret action face up or face down, spreading tough 1 to all your characters reminds me also of the Wave 4 Siege 2 Mirage. Mirage has that effect as well. When you have a face up or face down secret action, he gets tough 2. So, playing cards like Step Forward and things like that can, draw an attack to him and then he'll have tough 2. So having a Step Forward set with Night Racer on your team now will initially give your Mirage tough 3. And then if he has a sparring gear on, that's tough 5. Now, I don't know if I want to get too much into it this video, but of course things like tough and like belligerence, that card is crazy. I guess that's probably something for another video. But tough, I don't want to say it's going out the window, but I have mixed feelings about it because Dave's deck from Orlando coming to the forefront kind of, I want to say pretty much at the end of this format with the orange black I'm pretty sure gave a lot of people, including myself, some inspiration to start really, you know, taking a second look at the black icons, and especially with everybody kind of hiding behind all these heavy blue cards. So we'll see how things go, but of course initially I think this card is great, and of course in her bot mode, so she can actually be offensive. So I think you need to build the deck one way or another. You'll either build her for a tough route, obviously in the heavy blue deck, or you'll build her potentially in an orange deck, and you know, have her for that as well. Now, secret actions that you would use in an orange deck, I'm not sure, besides Hold the Line. Hold the Line is another card I want to talk about here soon, but she's just very good all around. And you know, her, like I said, having the range tag, you know, she can hold Sturdy Javelin, she can hold Arm Hovercraft, those beloved favorite range cards that we all, you know and love. So I'm very excited for her. You know, I'm thinking about like a 4-wide team. First thing, one of the other things that come to my mind besides Galaxy Prime is potentially playing like a super tough deck between like playing Mirage, Flame War, Night Racer, and then you still also have potential to be able to fit like 7 to 8 stars. Now I say 7 to 8 stars because we're actually going to talk about her Stratagem next. Not only does Night Racer come as an SRT in the set, but as an uncommon in the set, she has her own Stratagem. And the Stratagem is called Stealth Mission. And of course, you know, it's for Night Racer Gunner. And it's 1 star, and it's an uncommon, and it reads, your deck can have up to 2 extra stars of secret actions. So there's not many secret actions we have in the game that are star cards right now. You'll see the ones listed on the screen right now. That just seems pretty good. So you can play a 27-star deck playing this card. So she's ideally a 6-star character. This is one of the stratagems I really like, because this is one I'm definitely considering potentially playing with, you know, Night Racer. So what I was talking about with that last 7 to 8 stars, you can play Night Racer and her Stratagem being 6 stars, play Flame War, that's 11 stars, play Mirage, that's 18 stars, and then you still have 7 stars to work with. So you probably can just play Hot Rod and do the original flip Flame War attack with Hot Rod and then go from there. So your whole deck has tough, your whole deck is protected. You can use step forwards to, you know, make your Hot Rod defend or make your Mirage defend, and actually that's a lot of health. I want to say it's 13, 11s, 24, 34, that's 44 health, 44 health starting, and we're talking about a tough deck. So that's a deck that I'm looking to build, and a lot of those characters, every character except, you know, Flame War is ranged, so definitely something I'm looking forward to build, just to, you know, try and branch out and do some different things. Another deck I'm thinking about also revamping, and definitely make sure to look out for a deck profile as soon as the cards get released. I'm also going to make another version of 3-wide Prime, the original with Battlefield Legend, because I also think not just with Galaxy Prime or whoever, yes, it's like the tried and true, and you go back to your roots, like, okay, yeah, you play a big guy, a medium-sized guy, and a, you know, a small guy, but that's always stood the test of time and, you know, proved reliable. So thinking about playing OPBL, Optimus Prime Battlefield Legend, with Night Racer and Flame War, even if you play her Stratagem, which you probably should, that'll be 19, that'll be 24 stars. So you still have an extra star card you can use. Plus, you'll be able to play 2 extra, you know, action star cards. So secret action, I take that back. Secret action star cards. So you got to make sure. When I first looked at the effect, I thought you could just play any 2 star cards in general. I had to read the effect like 5 times to make sure I understood what the hell I was reading. But very cool card. This character definitely fits me, so I appreciate WOTC for giving me this card specifically to reveal to you guys. As you can see, after we saw the rest of the SRTs for the Wave 5, you know, of course, there's 6 SRTs total if you haven't heard yet, which means you should get about 1 in every 30 packs. Ideally, if you buy a case, you know, a whole case is 4 boxes, you should get 1 in every case. If not, at least guaranteed three SRTs, you know, 3 out of a case rather. But yeah, so, you know, I'm definitely looking forward to her. But yeah, just speaking of the SRTs in general, we have 2 big guys in the Wreckers, and I'll take that back, in Windsweeper, but it seems like a lot of these characters is just more about utility. I think a lot of us, and especially myself, we're just looking for like, all right, let's get like the big guy SRT, like, you know, Galaxy Prime, and then you just play him with Flame War or somebody. That's too typical, and that's pretty boring, I will admit. So I do like that they're switching things up. I do like that some of the SRTs are like potentially support characters. I think that this, like I said, Night Racer is going to show up a lot, and then also to counter that, you know, of course, you know, those orange black, even blue black decks are going to come out. Pierce is going to be more important than it's ever been coming up in Wave 5, I think. So looking forward to that. You know, I can't wait. WOTC, again, I very much appreciate this reveal. Like I said, this card fits me so well, and this is definitely my most a little biased, but a little you know, the most anticipated SRT I definitely want to pull. I am a fan of all the other ones too. I definitely want to make a record deck, and though especially the Roadbuster, he looks pretty cool. Of course, he doesn't have a range tag though. But of course, you know, I think that would have been too good if he did have a range attack based off of his effect. But if you haven't checked out all our SRTs yet, definitely get on the Facebook page, subscribe or like, I guess, the Transformers Facebook page. Make sure you get onto the Facebook group. It's a big old community, all different types of people in there. You got your casuals, you got your competitors, you got your in-betweens, a whole bunch, a little bit of everybody, and everybody's usually friendly in there. So it's definitely always a great place to come and check out things, ask questions. Normally somebody usually answer your question within the hour or within 30 minutes or whatever. Yeah, so with that, that'll do it for this video. I'm actually not going to talk too much longer like I normally do. You know, I'll get into some more speculation and some other things and some other videos coming up in the future here about what I think, you know, other things I think I can do with this card. If you have any ideas about where you think this card could go and things you could do, especially with this its bot mode side, I will say I'm not a big fan of the bot mode side because I'm a blue player at heart and control player at heart. So I do want to branch out. I'm not going to say I'm not going to put this in an orange deck, because her having 5 stars and 11 health, that's pretty sturdy for her to be able. She'll live for, you know, a good couple of attacks, especially, well, at least 2 attacks, you know, I guess an orange mirror. But yeah, that's it. So again, WOTC, I appreciate you guys giving me this reveal. I hope you guys enjoyed. So you guys know what it is. As usual, you guys have a great day and or a great night and weekend whenever you're catching this video. This is your homie S. Dot. That's heading out. Peace.